That second game gets going tonight, shortly after we roll out for our very last show here at Oak Tree. All my friends in broadcasting are blowing me up because they think I lost my job. I said, no, that's not why we're moving studios. I didn't lose my job. Now, imagine if we move studios.
And then
they come in and they go, Alan, listen, neglected to tell you that get a good look around, because no, none of that. But that is the constant concern of people in this business, is that they're going to come to you. They tell you when you're done, usually. Anyway, Tigers, Guardians. It is the first of 4. You know, they've announced the MLB postseason. The October ball gets played. And the regular season will end here in Cleveland with a 6-game run against the Kansas City Royals. Here at home, October 5th is going to be the final regular season game. 6 games against the Royals. It's pretty wild. So you got a few weeks left of regular season baseball. The Browns, I think, won their first preseason game. Did I see that correctly?
You did.
They played the Jacksonville Jaguars, possibly soon to be the Chicago Jaguars. And Deshaun Watson apparently was talking to a girl on ESPN or something, and it's funny, you know, they're going to have a woman interview him because it's just a better look, or it makes him look more sympathetic. They know what they're doing. They're not going to have 2 dudes going like, so what do you think about all this? They're going to have a woman gingerly broach the subject with him.
That was her name?
Ginger Lee was her name, yeah. Not to be confused with the Ginger Z, of course, meteorologist there over on Good Morning America. She was a local Chicago newswoman back in the day, but she got big-upped. Deshaun Watson, the headline was, the headline's great. Headline is like, it couldn't be more of a vague, kind of like I'm sorry type thing. Where it's like, everybody I impacted, I just want to say, I don't know what impacted means.
It's annoying. It's annoying. We had it on at home, and my boyfriend was watching it, and I think it was like halftime or something like that, because he didn't play a lot of the game. And the reporters on the sidelines, I don't even remember which wide receiver she's talking to, but she goes, she was like, oh, you caught Deshaun Watson's first completion. How did that feel? And I was in the other room, and I just yelled. I was like, that was actually the girl in Texas.
Yeah!
Ryan peeks his head to the doorway. He goes, are we going to do this all season? I was like, you know we are.
Yes, we are.
We absolutely are.
Terry the Goat demands it.
I have to ask you,
I have to ask you. Listen, it's all anybody wants to talk about. Nobody cares about your completions, yo. They want to hear you talking about them. So. Well, they want to hear you talking about this.
I have to ask you,
this was pre-game, so he hadn't completed anything yet.
I have to ask you, the initial ruling from Judge Sue Robinson made a very specific point of saying that your lack of remorse played into her decision-making. It's been a part of the narrative surrounding you. What is your response to that?
Look, I want to say that I'm truly sorry to all the women that I've impacted in this situation. My decisions that I made in my life that put me in this position.
You hear him trying to remember his lines. That can't be easy. When it's like, all right, you think this show's scripted? Holy cow. Browns starting center Nick Harris, by the way. Season-ending surgery after injuring his right knee on the second play of the first. How important is this guy?
He's the starting center, so probably pretty important.
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody's talking about it. That's what it seemed like to me, too. It's like, that might be kind of a big deal. Imagine you're geared up, right? Been practicing, feeling good. Second play of the first preseason game.
And then boom.
Boom!
Gone. That sucks. I don't care. Like, that's just a bummer.
Yes!
Go through that kind of injury.
Hey, you are out for the season. Imagine being out of something that hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
Hey, you know how the season is going to start? Yeah. You're already out of it. Oh.
Especially because football players have such short careers anyway.
Yeah.
You losing a whole season is...
He still gets paid though, right?
Yeah.
He does?
I think so.
Wow.
You sign a
It's like
contract.
insurance, yeah.
No, I get it, but I guess I hadn't thought about it.
Pay me to do nothing.
Well, that's what some people think, but if I was him, I'd be like, you still have to stay in shape. You got to go through all that PT.
There are guys...
You'd rather be playing and getting paid than going through painful surgery
No,
and
I get
recovery
that.
getting paid, you know?
There are guys, though, that will get injured and then they get cut, and then I don't think they get paid if they don't have guarantees in their contracts and stuff.
Get a good contract.
Well, I mean, there's guys that they're just fighting to make the team. And if you all you have is
I'll represent you. If you are a football player who has the contract, you should call me, and I will make it a better contract at Mayor, and you'll find me.
I would like you to I would like to go down this path with you and explain to the potential, because you've got the ear of a lot of people right now.
Yeah.
A lot of people. And so I want you to explain to any prospective people who are they're really trying to make a name for themselves in professional sports.
Right.
And they need representation.
They need better contracts, and I can do that for you. As a pioneer lawyer and fish detective, I am well versed.
Oh, I see.
In lots of kinds of law.
Yeah, you're going back to the CV.
Yeah. And
Pioneer lawyer and fish detective.
And if you need better representation for your professional sports contract, who better?
Trouble
Who
is,
better?
here's the rub, if you will. None of these guys we're talking about, A, live in pioneer times, B, are fish.
All I'm saying is that I am well versed in many different types of law.
2,
Law, more than one.
pioneer and fish.
Yeah.
And you're not a fish lawyer, you're a fish cop.
I'm a fish detective. Don't disrespect me.
Fish detective. So you're a lawyer of one kind.
But I know the law.
Huh?
I know the law.
You know the law in the
Of the land.
1700s.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to surprise a lot of people. The laws are kind of different from the 1700s.
Not really.
I know there's a lot of people that want it to go back to that, but they have progressed.
All I'm saying is I have Wikipedia. I have Google. I have other forms of internet. And if you need me...
Other forms of internet. I do have those other forms of internet.
To rewrite your contract and sign it and notarize it, I can do that.
Well, they have to get it approved by the team, too.
Oh, don't worry about that. I got people.
You got people that will help guarantee rookie and unsigned free agent
100%.
contracts. So you'll get them a better deal than they would get on with whoever they're with now.
Yes.
Whichever professional agent they
Doesn't
might
even
be
matter.
working with.
Call me instead.
She's the new Scott Boras. I think that's very exciting, though, for these people.
I think so, too.
To have, because I will speak from my own experience, there is nothing like having representation.
It
My
does
agent
put you
died
in
a
a
few years
different
ago.
league.
And I never re-upped with someone else because I was like, that was my guy. And I didn't want to go looking for somebody else. But there's nothing like having representation. I don't want to have those conversations with management. I want someone to do it.
That's
An
me.
intermediary is invaluable.
I only take 92% too.
92%.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have
That's
a
why I
business
fight
question.
My guy was taking 10%, and I thought that was 92. You leave them with 8%
That's how good I am.
of their net.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's how good the contract is. That 8% is going to be more than you're making now.
Oh, so you're just printing money on
you
you.
don't even get it.
92%, Bill. Are you hearing this?
Yeah, it seems a little outrageous.
It seems a little imbalanced,
No.
but it just goes to show you what proper management can do for you.
Hit me up.
Santora Toes at
Santora throws.
Santora Toes and MGMT at what, Poundcake?
He's
Oh,
a
no, you-
business question.
Well, no, you answered my question. I didn't know. I said I didn't know if you mind answering the fact that he would take 10%, but I thought it was going to be much higher than that. I thought it was going to be like 15%.
No, your standard agent fee is 10% of your gross.
Is that across the board in radio or like with entertainment? Like if you're an actor,
I think if you have a manager, they'll usually take about 5%, but your agent will usually take about 10%. Yeah.
would you ever?
So people that have multiples, they're kicking out a lot of money.
Would you ever consider having a manager and an agent, or is that completely unnecessary? You
Who,
don't need-
me?
Well,
I don't need both.
if you do have both, like, is it is that just an unnecessary expense to have like a manager and an agent, or are you fine?
Well,
with
I'm thinking of Hollywood people. I mean, radio agents basically
get you the job, and then you don't talk to them until the next negotiation.
I talk to my agent all the time. I talked to Bob Eatman. Rover and I had the same agent. This guy Bob Eatman, who was like the hand of God in radio. Like, I used to joke that he had all of the biggest names in radio and me, because he was the guy you wanted. It's just that the radio business has gone to a place where no matter who your agent might be, there's just not that much they can do for you
not
anymore.
much work.
Yeah, I mean, So he passed away in 2017. And I didn't, I had his brother for a year, but he was so overwhelmed with all these clients who were suddenly agentless that I wasn't a top priority.
Does his estate still make money off of your deal that he negotiated? Like, if he dies, does he still get money?
Well, no, because I terminated my deal when he died.
Okay. I know there's always like...
His brother did offer to do pro bono for a year, but there wasn't much for him to do. So, and I've been here long enough where I can look, when it's contract time for me, I can look at the term sheet and say yay or nay. I didn't need to give a guy 10%.
92%.
Or 92%.
Listen, you're acting like that's a lot.
I mean, I got an agent when I was still coming up, when like I really needed somebody that knew those insides and outs to get me A, work, B, a really good deal when I got work. So that the middle part of my career, it was very important for me to have that. And it was great because I didn't want to sit in somebody's office and haggle with them like, I got a guy, talk to him.
Right.
I don't need all this nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to know way more about it. He's going to know if you're screwing me. I'm not going to know if you're screwing me. I'm not a businessman. I'm a performer.
You're the talent.
I'm a rebel, Dottie. So, yeah. But I'm thinking, like, when you talk about, like, actors in Hollywood, they have, like, agents and managers and things like that. Like, they're kicking out all kinds of money.
But not only do they have agents, but they have agents for different types of categories. Like, oh, this is my modeling agent. This is my acting agent.
My voiceover agent.
You have multiple agents. Then the manager makes money off of all those agents, which is ridiculous. That's how
I still have a voiceover agent, but she gets paid when I book a gig. I don't give her standard amounts of money. She gets a cut of what they book for me.
But they always have like this deal where like I'm speaking like I know, but I'm always guessing.
It's never stopped you before.
Ever.
Yeah. Like if you get fired or whatever and you find another job, can't they send you like a letter saying like, oh, you owe us 10% of all the work you have because you got fired?
No.
So, what?
Kathy Griffin, when she got fired, like in the midst of all that Trump stuff, she got fired from like all her agencies and she lost a lot of work. So she said that her agent was sending her letters saying that she owes him 10% of her earnings for the rest of her life because some stuff like that.
No. If your agency drops you, you don't owe them money in perpetuity. If you fire your agent, they can go, okay, well, check your deal, and there might be blah, blah, blah. But if they drop you, you don't owe. Again, I don't know what her deal was, but, agents will always try to find some way to
keep their money going.
Or whatever, yeah.
Okay.
But so I don't know anything about in perpetuity.
Because I thought, like, if you got fired and then you go seek another agent, now you're paying both agents because now you still have to, like...
So every time you switch agents, you think you're just accumulating?
Well, until the end of your deal. It might be like a 10-year deal. So if they fire you... Say if you signed with an agent for 10 years, but they're like halfway through, like this person isn't going to make as much money as we thought, you're fired.
Well, that's where the NDAs come in.
And the masters.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's all I would say is I'm sure it's different between if your agency drops you, they're like, look, we can't, no, you make you sound silly. If your agency goes, we can't do anything with you, we're going to drop you, right? Actors, we can't book you any gigs. We're going to drop you.
Right.
That's different than you saying, I'm firing my agent and I'm finding somebody else. Then there's a whole bunch of other... I was never obviously on that level. I was just like, I got let go today, find me another job. And he would go to work.
How long would it usually take him?
Depends. I mean, before I came to Cleveland, I was off the air for a year and a half. because there was just nothing going on. It's all timing.
It's got to be available.
It's got to be available.
Yeah.
When I got let go in Pittsburgh, I was back home on the air in Chicago in 3 months. Between auditions and starting, it was 3 months. But before Cleveland, it was a year and a half. So I was like, oh, I might be done. That might be it. You know, you don't know. I was on the sales side before I came to Cleveland.
You became a pirate?
The what?
On the sales side?
Because there's sales. There's sales.
Yeah, I was on the sale side of things. Yes, that's what I was doing.
92%.
92%. That's why I work so hard. Your contract is my contract.
92%. Yeah. So she owes him $15 total until she dies. I don't know what that means.
Kathy Griffin, she's making no money, so she would pay him $15.
Oh, Kathy Griffin makes plenty of money. I mean,
Well, she got blackballed here in the States, so she would go work overseas. And I don't know what type of deal she had, but
But she didn't really get blackballed.
she couldn't work. She would no comedy.
you just had to ride it out. That was going to be fine. She
People would
she
show
knew.
up,
And
yeah.
she's smart. She had to ride it out. Okay. If you listen on iHeartRadio on the app, you can always leave us messages there anytime you like. Little talkback button there.
Hey crew, Owen and Willoughby. In regards to the captain's games over there, Alan, I'm willing to drive an extra 30 minutes one way and an extra 30 minutes back the other way for a baseball game, but, you know, the captains have dollar dogs and $1 12-ounce draft beers on Tuesdays. I think that counts for something.
Okay.
Let's take tomorrow off.
There you
Go
go.
to captain's game.
I'm in.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Get some dollar dogs and dollar drafts.
There you go.
Take the first day of the new studio off.
Well, I'm out Friday, unfortunately, but I didn't know when they were going to finally flip the switch on downtown. Can't plan that far ahead.
Hey guys, hate the show. Just catching up from last week, and I am dying from the Janine Garofalo bit. I cannot handle it. I'm with you, Bill. I would much rather talk rapey Browns than Janine Garofalo. All right, bye.
I don't know what the hell she's talking about, but
Good qualified quarterback. She's actually one of the people I represent.
it shows. Listen,
Only her football career, though.
I like she's got, I don't know who that is. She got like that curly R. Some girls have that curly R. I like that. It's a good sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mary. All right, listen, I've got to take a break. If you want to text 35192 for anything, if you're listening like those people on the iHeartRadio app, you can leave messages there or hit us up at alancoxshow.com. We'll be back.